Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
They do.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while, and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
Thank you.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while, and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
Thank you.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while, and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
Thank you.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while, and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
Thank you.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while, and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars. We are Murphy Scholars.
Help us ignite potential.
Thank you.
The MSF is a great place to be. All they ever want is for you to succeed. This is also very important to me because one day I will be able to live worry-free.
I am filled with endless possibilities. Whatever I set my mind on having, I have. Whatever I decide to be, I will be. There are no can'ts or cannots in my realm.
I am there to seize the day, with the intelligent people of like mind to aspire greatness and live life to its fullest.
As a Murphy Scholar, we are willing to go the extra mile. In the end, we know that this will make us smile. It will keep us motivated for a while, and will lead us down the graduation aisle.
We are Murphy Scholars.
everyone. I'm Mayor Lori Lightfoot. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of our 8th graders and their parents to the Daniel Murphy Scholarship Fund Awards and Induction Ceremony for our newest class of Daniel Murphy Scholars. This year's ceremony isn't what any of us expected, and I wish I could be with you in person right now. But I want you to know how proud I am of you and how proud of you we all are. You were selected from hundreds of applicants, and we're here thanks to your talent, hard work, and drive to succeed. As you take your next step to high school, I want you to remember, take pride in where you come from. Whether it's Inglewood, Little Village, Austin, Rogers Park, or in any other place in our city that supported you and helped shape who you are. You've already proven your academic excellence, but as you take this next step in life, I want you to use these next 4 years to get involved, set goals, and dream big, and help lead our city's next generation of young leaders. In the meantime, continue to stay safe and stay home. Congratulations once again to the class of 2024. I can't wait to see where your lives take you next. Thank you, and stay safe.
Thank you, Mayor Lightfoot, for taking the time to extend your congratulations to Murphy Scholars and for your enthusiastic support of the Daniel Murphy Scholarship Fund. Honored to have you with us. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Jose Rodriguez, and it is my privilege to serve as Executive Director of the Daniel Murphy Scholarship Fund. On behalf of Chief Education Officer Cindy Hallams, Chief Advancement Officer Tim Kennedy, DMSF staff, Chairman of the DMSF Board, Kevin Conway, we welcome you, scholars, families, school partners, and supporters to the annual DMSF Awards ceremony. Murphy Scholars, as Mayor Lightfoot stated, after a rigorous interview process with nearly 800 applicants, only 126 students were selected to join the DMSF family. You were selected because of your drive and determination to do your very best. Congratulations on your outstanding achievement. Tonight, we are excited to hear remarks from a few guest speakers. We will listen to fellow Murphy Scholar Amaya Herman from Lake Forest Academy, who will share her experience and advice with our new incoming class. We will also hear from Jaime Guzman, Social and Community Impact Leader at Nike, and from DMSF Board Chairman Kevin Conway. Before we hear from our guests, I would like to share a few thoughts with you, Murphy Scholars, in light of the current circumstances we face. You know, over the last few months, you have heard the word uncertain, uncertainty, as often as any other word besides coronavirus or COVID-19. During these uncertain times, our plans are uncertain, our future is uncertain. It can be frustrating, daunting, and discouraging to hear this time and time again. However, tonight, I'd like to focus on the positive and ask, what are we certain of? Rather than dwell on the challenges we face as a society, let's focus on the promise of what lies ahead, you. And in that spirit, I share a few things that I am certain of. I am certain that you, as Murphy Scholars, are a beacon of hope for our future, for our city, and for our communities. I am certain that you matter, and that your education matters, and that as Murphy Scholars, you will be driven, visionary, ethical, and compassionate leaders determined to create new ideas to advance our communities, cities, and our country. I am certain DMSF, your families, and our supporters are certain that your experience as a Murphy Scholar will drive a lifelong passion for leadership, service, and engagement to ignite potential and enrich lives of countless others. And finally, I am certain that this is just the beginning of your journey as a Murphy Scholar for Life. You will lead boldly and courageously, but just as importantly, with compassion, integrity, and a genuine desire to use your talents to help countless others. Murphy Scholars, you are a gift to us all. Remember, your decision to become a Murphy Scholar is an important one. I encourage you to embrace this opportunity and honor, because as Murphy Scholars, you will do the difficult first and the impossible next. Congratulations. And at this time, it is my honor to introduce the chairman of the DMSF Board of Directors, Kevin Conway.
Thank you, Jose. Good evening and welcome to the DMSF Award Ceremony. My name is Kevin Conway. I am the board chairman at DMSF. I'm honored to be with you this evening in a remote setting to congratulate you for being named DMSF Scholars. The award ceremony is very exciting for us at DMSF. We extend a special welcome to the families of our scholars, to our school partners, and to the teachers and counselors from your many grade schools. We thank them for all that they have done and continue to do to assist the many scholars here today. I also want to recognize others who made this event possible, my fellow board members and the donors and volunteers who support DMSF in important ways, including the many interviewers who helped us to select the class of 2024. These committed individuals support DMSF scholars day in and day out. What I am most proud of about DMSF is, however, how you and others before you have responded to being named Murphy Scholars. You will respond like scholars have responded before you for the last 30 plus years. You will work hard, learn more each day, and thrive in challenging academic settings. You will do well in high school and proceed to great colleges and universities, making your families, friends, and us at DMSF proud. We look forward to working with you, supporting you, and encouraging you as you become leaders in high school and beyond. We can't wait to see all that you will accomplish. Thank you.
Kevin, thank you so much for your remarks and for your dedication to the mission of DMSF, our scholars, and our families. Your leadership is appreciated. At this time, I'm excited to introduce our keynote speaker, Jaime Guzman. Jaime is the social and community impact leader for Nike's North Central Territory, based in Chicago, where he leads community partnerships and investments across the region. A Chicago native, Jaime has spent his career focused on creating opportunity for young people across the city. Previously, Jaime was the Deputy Director of Chicago Youth Opportunity Programs at the Obama Foundation, where he led strategy, design, and implementation of the My Brother's Keeper initiative in Chicago, focused on building safe and supportive communities for boys and young men of color where they feel valued and have clear pathways to opportunity. In 2016, Jaime was appointed to the Chicago Board of Education and was elected vice president of the board. Jaime served in that role until 2019. Jaime was also previously on the senior leadership team where he led the Office of New Schools, managing the authorization of new schools, including all charter schools, as part of the district's key reform initiatives. Jaime has served as the Midwest Regional Director of Education for Unidos US, formerly the National Council of La Raza, the nation's largest Latino nonprofit advocacy organization, and as a Regional Program Director of Teach for America. Jaime is also an alum of Teach for America, where he served as a bilingual teacher in New Jersey. Jaime holds a bachelor's degree from Dartmouth College and a master's degree in education from Harvard. Jaime was a 2012 Leadership Greater Chicago Fellow, and Jaime lives in the Pilsen neighborhood with his wife, Mayra Garcia Guzman, and son, Ignacio. Please give a warm welcome to Jaime Guzman.
Thank you so much, Jose, for that generous introduction. Good evening and congratulations. I hope everyone is healthy and safe. Buenas noches a todos. I'm thrilled to welcome the next class of Daniel Murphy Scholars. You represent the very best of your schools, of your neighborhoods, and of Chicago. One of the most important things you represent, however, is your families. Recently, I've been hearing the phrase, "You are your ancestors' wildest dreams." And it rings true when I see so many of you representing the very best of what dedication, hard work, and persistence can accomplish. I know for me, I can't talk about my own successes without connecting directly to my parents. They left a small town in rural Mexico to come to this country where they did not speak the language or know many people. They did this because they saw the opportunity for a better life for their children. They worked hard in factories and restaurants to provide my sister and me with the opportunity to attend excellent schools and with the charge that we do our very best and take advantage of the opportunities that they sacrificed for. That might sound familiar to a lot of you. My parents were trailblazers, and it is in their trailblazing footsteps that I have walked as a first-generation high school graduate, as a first-generation college graduate, as a graduate of 2 Ivy League schools, and as someone who has had the opportunity to work at some of the most recognized and respected organizations in the world, like in my current role or in my previous role working at the Obama Foundation. When I was working at the Obama Foundation, I worked on the My Brother's Keeper initiative, which was started by President Obama in the wake of the tragic killing of a young man named Trayvon Martin. President Obama wanted boys and young men of color and young people across this country to know that their country cared about them, valued them, and was willing to invest in them. If you saw any of President Obama's speeches this weekend, you heard some of those same themes. I've learned so much from watching President and Mrs. Obama's dedication to creating the next generation of leaders like you. You will have amazing opportunities available to you because you too are your ancestors' wildest dreams. And you've demonstrated the leadership and ability to achieve that they've passed on to you. When I was your age, I was also on the cusp of attending a brand new high school, St. Ignatius. And despite being excited, frankly, I was scared. I didn't know if I was going to fit in, if I'd find my niche, if I'd be able to handle the rigorous academics. I had a lot of questions. I know many of you might be feeling the same way, so I hope to offer some pieces of advice through my own experience. The first is to live up to the very best version of yourself. For the first half of high school, I explored various extracurricular activities as a club member, trying things out, but not taking on a leadership role, even though I knew deep down inside that I had leadership qualities within me. It wasn't until junior year when one of my teachers nominated me as a peer leader for a school-wide retreat that I realized that others saw leadership qualities in me too. That began a leadership journey for me that's lasted a lifetime. So my first piece of advice is to try things out, but step out of your comfort zone and live up to that best version of yourself, both how you might see yourself and how others see you. The second piece of advice I have for you is to learn to be comfortable in your own skin. Your unique experience is your biggest asset. In high school and throughout life, I've sometimes felt out of place. Sometimes I couldn't relate to classmates talking about their new cars or summer vacations when I took the CTA and had to work over the summer, or when I was the only Latino student in an honors chemistry class. Over time, however, I learned how valuable my voice is in rooms where my experience and perspective is unique. I could speak to challenges within working class communities with a depth and knowledge that could only come from my firsthand experience. And I tackled adversity with grit and creativity of someone that regularly had to stretch out my paycheck from my summer job to buy school supplies, books, clothes, and pay tuition. You'll sometimes find yourself to be the only one in the room, the only young woman in the room, the only person from the South Side of Chicago in a conversation about race and equity. But my charge to you is to be confident in who you are and let the strength of your voice and experience carry the day. Finally, your journey doesn't end when you reach ambitious goals. I'm not going to talk about the bumps in the road. We know there will be some. I want to focus on setting and resetting ambitious goals for yourself. I set out early on in high school to go to the very best college I could get into. It required me to be really focused on my academics, on my extracurriculars, to make sure that I had the best shot at getting in. I applied to my reach school, Dartmouth College in New Hampshire, and I got in. Great. I had achieved my goal, but now what? I had to really think about how to set new ambitious goals for how I was going to make the finances work to pay for college, about what I wanted to accomplish and what experiences I wanted to have in college. Did I want to study abroad? What did I want to do for a summer internship? What did I want to major in? I ended up being a double major in government and Romance languages. So my advice to you is that achieving your goals should be celebrated like we're celebrating tonight. And I hope that everyone, your family around you, is applauding you tonight, because we should celebrate tonight. But I also want you to think about what that next goal that you're going to set for yourself is to keep you focused and motivated. So congratulations again on all of your accomplishments. Your family is proud of you, your community is proud of you, and your city is proud of you. Thank you.
Jaime, thank you so much for your words of encouragement and your leadership. And I'm proud that you have been a longtime friend for more than 20 years and for your support of the Daniel Murphy Scholarship Fund. I'm excited to introduce you to our next speaker, Amaya Herman, DMSF class of 2021. Amaya attends Lake Forest Academy boarding school in Lake Forest, Illinois. She grew up on the west side of Chicago in the Austin neighborhood, attended KIPP Charter School, and is a high jump alum. Amaya continues to excel academically and serves as a student leader at Lake Forest Academy. She has been very involved and has been featured as a poet on Lake Forest Academy's blog and is working on her second book of poetry. One of Amaya's most recent achievements is that she has been named a prefect for next school year, which is one of the highest student honors a rising senior can receive. Please put your hands together for Amaya Herman.
Hello. I was asked to bestow some pearls of wisdom upon you all to help you prepare for your upcoming high school experience. And I would like to begin by saying that I hope these words will not only last beyond the extent of this speech, but beyond the next 4 years that you have ahead of you. Because while high school will be one of the hardest things you may have had to encounter thus far, it is by no means the hardest thing you will have to encounter in this lifetime. And so my goal today is to leave you all, people with so much to offer the world, at least partially prepared for what the world will offer you. I have faith that you all have had the concepts of tenacity, resilience, and ambition instilled in you prior to this moment. After all, you have already made it so far. So instead, I would like to talk to you about how to carry on now that you are here. With nearly 8 billion people living 8 billion lives, the concept of being alone in a crowd can feel uncomfortably relatable. It seems as if you are getting opposition on all fronts, with overwhelming workloads, fatigue from sports, and the endless number of problems that we face in the midst of coming into ourselves. With all of these adversities finding their way into your line of sight, you are often unable to see the cheering section that you have waiting to congratulate you once the difficulties you face have surpassed. No matter where you go, what your home life is like, what your school is like, you have a support system somewhere assisting you in navigating your journey. You may not always be able to identify those people, and sometimes it is unbeknownst to you that they are even rooting for you at all. However, when you do have the privilege of being aware of who those people are, the equally important step is remembering to express gratitude. You do this not only through your words, but through your actions. Make sure that you are presenting yourself in a way that makes people confident in their decision to advocate and vouch for you. It takes a village to raise a child, an accurate quote that applies at all levels of the growing process. Rest assured that Daniel Murphy is a proud and active member of your village. In my saying that, I feel the need to also highlight the fact that while your success is a community effort, it is an effort that is based predominantly around you. So this is your time to be selfish. That sounds like a counterproductive thing to say, but being completely selfless is just as detrimental as being completely selfish. It is a matter of balance. You must first invest in yourself to reap someone who is able to invest in and positively impact the world. Find a method that fits you best in terms of how you work, who you work with, and under what conditions you work. You will not always be able to indulge in these circumstances, but when you do have some input, it is best to know what conditions are conducive to simultaneous productivity and contentment. Don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed due to your own ambition. When you are overwhelmed, because life is stressful in and of itself and stress is inevitable, feel free to acknowledge the circumstances and admit that you need assistance in making it through them. I didn't listen when people told me that it was okay to ask for help or take a moment to breathe, and I found myself having to learn it after experiencing unnecessary amounts of strife. What I also had to learn through experience is that not everything you want or that you do will result in outcomes in your favor. I mean this in two ways. The first is that you will not always get everything you apply for or try out for. The top spot will not always be yours. The other is that not everything you do will be recognized or rewarded. This is not a measure of your character, your value, or your work ethic. It just means that your gratification, your acknowledgement, and your successes are yet to come. And when they do, they will be specifically made for you and your gifts. With that said, giving your all is a myth. It would seem like 110% is in everything you do would be ideal. But often, as human beings, we don't have 110% to give. You must learn the art of giving your best work without depositing pieces of yourself into everyone and everything else, neglecting to restock. If you do this, you will find yourself lost amongst the people and the projects in your life. And using this method, you have limited yourself to a very temporary level of assistance and productivity. Instead, learn to say no. Realize what is and is not worth your energy, and prioritize. One important part of leadership is guiding by example. Another is assessing the talents and capabilities of yourself and others and creating an efficient system around these abilities. If you allow yourself to become stretched thin, your system will crash and your growth process will cease. We are all leaders, and so we must all assess our capabilities and prioritize based on those boundaries. Another key part of being a leader, especially one of color, is realizing that regardless of what you do, say, or who you are, you will experience adversity. Because your best self cannot be attained without growth. You cannot have growth without discomfort. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. It is important to be a scholar, but first you must be a person. Being human consists of being kind, being angry, being tired, and considering giving in. In those moments in which you find yourself humanly overwhelmed, take the time to cry, to exercise, to invest in the things that bring you joy, even if you don't believe the time is readily accessible for you. And remember that you are loved regardless of whether or not it feels like it. A time which is arguably the most important in learning to love yourself. Take a moment to breathe. But once you have taken that moment, don't wallow. You must resurface from your period of dormancy and continue flourishing. While taking care of yourself and making choices that benefit your process of becoming a source of effective and positive change, make sure you represent yourself accordingly. While you are coming into yourself, you must realize that you are also an extension of many others. Those who support you, your parents, Daniel Murphy, and your future self. What you do now reflects on who you will be later. So it is important to remember that the integrity of your future self is very much affected by every step you take in this climb toward success. Keeping that in mind, it is equally important to recognize that the failures you experience and the hardships you endure are not as world-shattering as they will seem. To your future self, they were moments of advancement towards the best possible version of you. Amongst all of this, you must also remind yourself that this is your moment to explore. While you should prepare for your future, you must balance that with living in the moment. Try every hobby that interests you. Go to every seminar and summit, every summer program and internship. The world will never again allow you this level of leeway in expression and exploration. So take advantage of it. But do so while assessing what is an opportunity for improvement and enjoyment and what is an opportunity for stress and overload. Don't be idle and don't give up easily, but identify what you are willing to put forth the most effort to achieve and invest in those activities. This will help you to produce results that you are proud of in a select few areas as opposed to producing mediocre work on a plethora of subjects. I spoke a lot of discomfort, and in those moments, you must remain confident that you are there for a reason. There is no affirmative action, no unfair favor, no stroke of luck that puts you in the position you are currently in. Calculated decisions were made to provide you with the opportunities that you have earned and will earn in the future. Never allow yourself, your environment, or your failures to lead you to believe that you are inadequate, unfit, or incapable. Success is not only a matter of who you are, but who you are working and willing to become. I have said a lot in these last minutes, but I would like to leave you with one last thing, perhaps the most important. If you find yourself with nothing else, able to give nothing else, make sure that you have and give kindness. My mother often tells me that you can have all of the talent, intelligence, and wealth in the world, but you can't get anywhere without kindness. That's because, as the great Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amaya. We're so honored to have you join us and share your words of wisdom with the class of 2024. My name is Cindy Collins, and I serve as the Chief Education Officer at DMSF. I began a little over a month ago, but I'm a longtime supporter and champion of DMSF. I previously served on staff for 5 years, and I'm so happy to be back. I look forward to meeting you all and working with you. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, I would like to introduce you to a new class of Murphy Scholars. Congratulations to the graduates of the 2024.
If you love somebody, better tell them while they're here, 'cause they just may run away from you. You never know quite when will. Then again, it just depends on how long the time is left for you. I've had the highest mountains, I've had the deepest rivers. You can have it all, but life keeps moving. I take it in, but don't look down, 'cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Waiting on this for a while now. Pay my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile. inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, yeah. So keep dancing. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't stop the. 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 Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Everybody say.
That's just inspirational. Congratulations to our latest class of Daniel Murphy Scholars. We're so proud of all that you've accomplished, and we can't wait to work with you this summer and to support you as you launch promising futures. Just amazing. So thank you and congratulations to you all. You know, before I go on, I just wanted to go back to Amaya Herman's speech, Murphy Scholar. And I've got to tell you that each and every one of you will be giving the same speech in the future. You are going to make it because you've made it this far, and everyone at DMSF is here to support you on your journey. You know, a couple of things that Amaya mentioned that were just inspiring words for us all, and even to me. First, ask for help. Second, adversity leads to growth. I mean, that's just insight and words that we can share no matter how old we are or what time or stage of a life that we're in. And that failure and hardship lead to the best version of you And lastly, kindness. How important is it that we're kind to one another? Amaya, those were inspiring words. And again, congratulations to the class of 2024. We're not done yet. We've got a few minutes left. And as many of you know, DMSF co-founder Jim Murphy takes pride in congratulating the newest members of the DMSF family. Unfortunately, Jim could not be here with us tonight. However, he did have a few things he'd like to share with you. First, he says, I apologize for not being here tonight. I always look forward to this evening and seeing you all join us on the stage to receive your award certificate as you embark on your next educational journey in high school. However, I very much look forward to congratulating you in person, so I'm excited to extend an invitation to each of you to be a guest for a Murphy Scholar holiday lunch later this year in December. And congratulations. I am proud to welcome you to the Daniel Murphy Scholar family. And that's from DMSF co-founder Jim Murphy. I personally would like to acknowledge the contributions of Jim Murphy, Bob Murphy, Betsy Murphy, and the rest of our co-founders. We would not be here tonight without their vision and passion for education and educational access. The Murphys and close friends founded DMSF in 1989 to enrich the lives of Chicago youth by providing them with educational opportunities they would otherwise be unable to access. After partnering with 2 private high schools in the spring of 1990, DMSF awarded high school scholarships to 4 students who exhibited academic excellence, just like you. After 30 years and over 3,000 scholarships offered, DMSF's success is a true testament to our founders' commitment to Chicago, its youth, and educational excellence. Now, before we say goodbye, I'd like to thank every member of the DMSF staff for making tonight possible. While we usually celebrate in person at the Harris Theater, the DMSF team wouldn't let the pandemic get in the way of honoring you, our newest class of Murphy Scholars. And so allow me to thank my colleagues who you'll get to know over the course of the next 4 years in high school. Our thanks to Armando Barron, Jocelyn Cano, Nick Cross, Molly DePisa, Alicia de la Rosa Velasquez, Trent Dunn, Ryan Everett, Carly Garcia, Cindy Hallams, Tim Kennedy, Catherine Lee, and Daniela Villalbazo. And we thank our board who serve on committees, chair events, serve as officers, and pour their heart and soul into a mission that we believe is a movement to provide educational access to academically ambitious students who will ignite potential and enrich lives for future generations of hardworking students from communities throughout the Chicagoland area. On behalf of the Daniel Murphy Scholarship Fund, thank you for all that you do to make our mission possible. Scholars, in your room at your home today are some inspiring individuals. And while we thank everyone, we know that your mother, father, grandparents, aunt, uncle, mentor, friend, teacher, counselor, principal, that there are many in the community who believe in you. And I want you to look to your left and to your right at home and to thank them for all that they've done and for their belief in you. We are so excited to welcome you to the Daniel Murphy Scholarship Fund family. Everyone, that's a wrap. So reporting live from the Daniel Murphy Scholarship Fund office, I'm Jose Rodriguez, and we thank you for being with us. Have a good evening. Take care.